Welcome back to part 4 of the 1966 Chevy Suburban. Here it comes. Alright, like my mom used to say when I was a kid, and if we were riding around in the car or something and it was cold out, she'd say, "Why don't you put some glass in that window?" So, let's get some glass going. We will be using our Testors clear plastic cement here, specifically designed just for our plastic clear parts. As I had said in one of my previous videos, if you've ever put in the plastic windshield, the glass, if you want to call it that, and then after it dries, the gas from the regular cement will do what's called off-gassing, and it will fog or haze around the edge where you put the glue, and your window is then essentially ruined. So it was not your fault. You were just using the wrong type of glue. Oh, that's going to look nice. Got a slider window. It does not slide, of course, but in real life it would. But hey, this is our world, as Bob Ross would say. If we think it slides, it slides. We're just going to have it closed all the time. I've also debated on not gluing the roof on. I don't know if I've ever done a model before that really gave me that option, but I kind of like, of course, I've been messing around with it, and it sits on there really nice without glue. And so I'm definitely contemplating not gluing it on. This way I could take it off and be able to see the interior. I remember as a kid, my biggest problem putting in the glass was always I'd somehow get glue on my fingers, and then I'd put a nice fingerprint right on the glass with the glue, and of course you're not getting that out. Okay, these have a nice groove, so they sit in there very nice. Alright, we got our vent windows here. Little wing windows, you get that free air conditioning when you're going down. Just bank that window right at you. I remember my 68 Chevelle had them, and my 70 Beetle had them. Now the Chevelle had air conditioning, but that Beetle did not. But at 70 miles an hour, it wasn't the worst thing in the world, the air blowing on you. Okay, this is going really well here. So what are some models you guys want to see? You want to see next? Put some requests, make some comments down below. I'm definitely curious what you guys want to see. I do have a buddy ask me if I do airplanes. I've never built a model airplane that I can remember. I don't know why. They just never really interested me, which is weird based on the branch of the military I chose to go into. You'd think I'd be all about the airplane, but yeah, never was interested in building a model airplane. Alright, we're going to let this glue set up, and we'll be back. So while I was talking to you guys, I kind of had an epiphany. from when I was a kid and getting fingerprints on the glass. And I was been saying this vehicle is going to be used for camping vehicle. Well, what kind of vehicle do you take camping without the family dog? And I've seen a lot of my dogs always got the nose prints on the windows. So went on the passenger side here, just kind of put some glue on my finger, ran it on the inside, kind of simulating some dog nose smudge. So we'll see if that turns out to be a nice touch or was a complete waste. However, I think it's a pretty slick little touch. So we'll see how it goes. I also got the window put into the back door here, and we're going to let all these windows dry before we go ahead and do anything else. Probably going to put this off to the side, and let's jump on the interior. Alright, let's go ahead and get our interior going here. We'll start with the gas, brake, and clutch respectively. Just put a little dab of glue. There's like a little groove where they will sit. And these pieces are extremely tiny. We're just going to line them up the best we can here and let the glue do the rest. There we go. Once that sets up, we'll be alright. We'll probably just do our pedals and then take a little break while this glue can set up, so we're not moving our pieces around. Sometimes you just got to take a little 15-minute break. Let your glue really take hold. Otherwise you're just going to keep running around in circles, knocking a piece off and having to re-glue it, and then it might not be in the greatest of spots to be able to keep getting in and working it. So, alright, we're going to leave our gas, brake, and clutch alone for about 15 minutes. Stay tuned. Alright, let's go ahead and get the rest of this interior put together. First we're going to start with the front seat, which looks to be like a 80-20 split bench here. And there's a little groove on the side of the seat that lines up with some tabs on the floor so that the seat goes where it's supposed to. Let's go ahead and line that up here. And there we go. And I went ahead and put on these decals on the seat, and I kind of twisted up the Q-tip a little bit to throw in a couple little wrinkles, kind of like their seat covers, rather than the actual upholstery. Remember, this is a weekend warrior build. Nothing too crazy. In fact, in my truck, I have leather seats, but I have the Carhartt seat covers in the front, and those things are awesome. Alright, there we go. Front seat, rear seat. And we got the whole side panel that'll sit on either side. Then the dash will sit in this little groove right there. Loud car driving by outside. Okay. Go ahead and throw on the rear tail lights here. And they do only fit one way, so we're going to have to pay attention to curves. Dry fit it just to make sure we don't take this vehicle down to Agony City. You do not want to go there, let me tell you. Alright, we'll dab a Model Master. Sit right in there. And the other side. Beautiful. Then there's some marker lights, the turn signals that'll go at the bottom there. We'll go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and get those cut out of the sprue and be right back. Alright, let's go ahead and get these installed. There's a little lens that sits on the outside, followed by this tiny, both pieces are very, very tiny, and I have perfect vision, and I still think these are tiny. I don't know how I'd be doing this without these magnifying glasses. In fact, where's my tweezers? Might have to use the tweezers here. There we go. And these two pieces I'm putting on, I guess would be the bezel housing, were supposed to have been chrome, but if you remember, we stripped all the chrome off. That almost looks pretty cool like that. But we're gonna go ahead and throw on these itsy bitsy clear lenses. And I'm not using the clear parts glue, only because I don't think this is going to affect it. In fact, I'm hoping it gives me a haze inside. Like some moisture is built up in there. I'm going to let that set up, and we can actually throw on our rear door. On the rear door, I went ahead and threw on the decal I liked for the license plate, which is a Arizona historic vehicle plate. There we go. So go ahead and throw this on real quick, then all this can just dry together. Beautiful. Go ahead and throw this rear bumper on. Make sure orientation is correct. Next we'll get the firewall in, and while test fitting it, I'm banking it back just a little bit to be able to run a bead of glue where I need to, and then we'll just angle it right back. It would have been way messy to pull it out, put the glue on, and then try to fit it back in here with glue on it. Make sure everything lined up here. Go ahead and throw the radiator and fan shroud in, which just drops in right here. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and get the body onto the interior chassis here. And we'll just do a layer of the Tamiya around the edge here. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera, and we'll be back. Alright, so we're going to start doing some less chatting and more jamming, so I will speed the video up a little bit. Let's get this bottom subframe assembly together and start jamming. Let's do it. As we wrap up the 1966 Chevy Suburban, I want to say thank you for everyone who's watched these videos and are supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. If there's something you would like to see me build next, please leave a comment below. Like I said, I've never done an airplane. I'm not opposed to it. If you want to see another semi-truck, if you want to see a hot rod, if you want to see another type of camping vehicle. This was an extremely fun model to build. I had a lot of fun doing it, staying true to the color on the picture as well as doing some of my own modifications. Please leave a comment below. Let me know what you think, what you might like to see next. I'm not sure exactly where I want this channel to go. As the title says, Keith Brooks Hobbies. I do woodworking, model cars, electrical work. If you want to see a how-to on how to do something, I want to get into some photography. I'm going to be having a video come out of a trip I took in the past. We'll leave that a secret where it's to. You just have to stay tuned and see. I like to do oil paintings. I want to do some landscape photography. So stay tuned. We got a lot of cool content coming and hope to see you there.